We visited the Dunkells to arrange for Nipper, our pit bull, to travel to the UK via Dublin. Other pit bulls the Dunkells had sold and exported to dog fighters had been doing well in the months since we had last met them.
Recently we had some very good results from Sweden, and one of our dogs has been winning now. He's the two-time winner, so
good.
That's really good.
Nipper! Nipper!
Yeah.
Nipper would be travelling on a Dunkeld doctored EU pet passport, claiming he was a Boxer Labrador mix.
If somebody questions it, then you have to be confident and say, shut the fuck up, it is a Boxer Labrador mix.
Nipper was loaded into the aircraft without a hitch. He travelled first from Finland to Frankfurt, a change of planes, and then on to Dublin. The Irish Republic is a back door into the UK for fighting dogs. Pit bulls are legal here, and according to our dog fighting contacts, it would be easy to get Nipper into the country. That's exactly what happened. We weren't questioned once about Nipper's true breed or background, even though he had fighting scars on his backside and front legs. Once we'd overcome some bureaucratic hurdles, it was just a simple matter of popping Nipper into a van and driving him north into Northern Ireland and the UK.
It's been a long journey, but we're about to cross the border from the Irish Republic into the UK. Bar a few bureaucratic hiccups, it's gone very smoothly. In fact, I can't believe just how easy it is to import a top fighting dog into the UK.
Mr. Dunkell, my name is Mandy Macaulay. I'm a reporter with the BBC. I want to ask you why you've been exporting fighting pit bulls across Europe on false papers. We have been secretly filming you, Mr. Dunkell. You train pit bulls, Mr. Dunkell, and you sell them to the highest bidder. Do you remember Nipper? You sold Nipper to the BBC on false papers. Mr. Dunkell, you told us he was a pit bull. You put down in the papers that he was a Labrador. Mrs. Dunkell, I want to speak to you. It's Mandy Macaulay from the BBC. Mrs. Dunkell, why have you been exporting fighting pit bulls across Europe? Mrs. Dunkell, we have you filmed walking around your dog fighting factory. That's what it is, isn't it, Mrs. Dunkell? It's a dog fighting factory. Why won't you speak to me? Do you remember telling us that you saw me last week, Mrs. Dunkell? We secretly filmed you. We have been secretly filming you for a year.
The police then drove Yona Dunkell away. She and her husband, like Bobby Gonzalez, face a maximum of 2 years in prison for animal cruelty. As for the farmers' boys, they too kept quiet when we approached them. The USPCA and the Finnish authorities will be following up on our findings.